Hello everyone, welcome back to another reading of my exclusive channel. My name is Muskan aka Led by Heart, and in today's reading we are going to channel the messages all about manifestation, about what you may be desiring to manifest and what message your higher self has in store for you regarding to manifesting certain things in your life, and in general, what else do you need to know about this topic. So, I'm so grateful that you are here today, you are tuning into this reading. We are going to bring some more clarity for you when it comes to this topic of manifestation through this reading. So before I begin this reading, I would like to clarify some messages from my higher self to you, and those are that manifestation is a very wide topic. There are multiple elements of manifestation, law of attraction, what vibration you are yourself embodying, and so forth. But in today's reading, we are going to bring about specific and personal messages for you, according to what you may be experiencing or going through in your journey right now. So take whatever resonates with you and just leave whatever doesn't. So as you can see, I have 3 piles and 3 stones in front of me corresponding to those piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. I will show you the stone for each pile with a closer look so that you can select the particular stone that's calling out to you the most. And I will put the timestamps for the particular pile in the description below. So here we have the stone for pile number 1 is Apatite. The stone for pile number 2 is golden Pyrite. And the stone for pile number 3 is yellow aventurine. So now you can move forward to your particular pile to see the message for you, and now I will start channeling the message for each pile, beginning by pile number 1. Hello pile number 1. So if you were drawn to the apatite, the blue apatite, then this is going to be the message for you when it comes to manifestation. So we will begin by seeing what could be the main themes that you are going through or you may be experiencing when it comes to manifestation. So I have 2 tea leaf cards in front of me, and these are going to represent your specific themes. Wow. Okay. So the message that I am receiving as your main themes is that some of you guys may have experienced very hard times, very stressful times where you had to do a lot of things by yourself, or you just had to work very hard to manifest things. It was a lot of pressure on you. The message that I'm seeing is that your pressure or your stress was directly correlated to your achievements, to you manifesting certain things in your life. So now what I'm receiving is that you guys may have experienced so much, and because of those experiences, now the spirit is trying to tell you that you no longer have to associate stress or those difficult experiences or your past traumas with the process of manifestation, with you manifesting certain kinds of things. It could also be that you have been so much drained in the past towards what you put your energy into, and it just felt like it wasn't right anymore. It just felt like it wasn't playful anymore. It just felt like it wasn't feeding your soul anymore. Like I'm seeing a loss of inspiration when you are doing certain kinds of things, and you may have done those things in the past because you had this idea in your mind that you had to do those things, that there's not another way. So the message that's really coming strongly for you guys is that it's not the time to give up. Realize that the thoughts that you're receiving about if you leave those old things behind that weren't serving you, then you are not going to be attracting things, or you are not going to be experiencing or feeling or channeling or manifesting your highest potentials. All those thoughts are coming from fear because they are not true. They are not true. And with this card here that says dog protection from a powerful friend. I'm really seeing that some of you guys struggled so much with doing a lot of things on your own, or even if you experienced rejections, you were left alone, you had to do a lot of things by yourself, and you just craved that connection or that support or that feeling of not having to carry all these responsibilities or all these pressures just on your shoulders. All those things are now, as the spirit says, that the spirit is bringing the message that it's going to feel a lot easier for you moving forward, even if it doesn't seem like that right now, because right now it's like you are in an in-between phase. You are leaving this old paradigm behind and you are entering a new paradigm where you are going to manifest with so much ease, so much more grace, and you don't even have to do all of it alone. Like, you are going to receive so much support, you are going to receive so much guidance that you will feel like you can finally exhale out. You can exhale out and you can just do what feels good to you, and you are receiving support doing that, and you attract abundance. You manifest with lightning speed. Like, you don't even have to worry about so many things. For some of you, I am receiving, it could be a friend, it could be a romantic partner, it could also be like a colleague who helps you out, who listens to you, who you really resonate with. It could also be you hiring someone if you have your own business and they helping you, or in general the universe is providing you with that support. And as painful it may be to leave that old situation, I'm receiving the message that a lot of you have gone through so much that you feel like, I am so ready to leave that situation, but a part of you still feels like, how I'm gonna manifest all these things, how I'm gonna manifest the abundance, the career, the joy, the success that I want. There's a part of you that still feels that way, and the message that's coming through is that it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel that way, but please remember that the most difficult part of this situation is over. Meaning, moving forward, when you create, when you put one foot in front of the other with ease and grace and peace, you'll realize how many scarcity based or lack based or stress based programs you were holding on your system. You are holding on your system, and it kind of drained your creativity, or it created a block in you expressing or experiencing the creative freedom, the playfulness that you are meant to, that really sparks your soul. So now I am going to bring any specific messages from the spirit, from your higher self or your guides or the universe that need to be known to you. I have 3 oracle cards in front of me. They're so beautiful looking from my outside. We're going to see. The first one says perspective. The second one says loosen your grip. Wow. And the third one says star ancestors. Like, I don't know if you guys can see these cards, but they are so beautiful. I don't know if you can see each and every aspect of it, but let me show them to you. They are so beautiful, they are so divine. Okay, so the message that I am receiving, first of all, from this card, it says perspective, none of this matters, zoom out, common ground. I am seeing that some of you guys may have overly attached yourself with achieving certain things or receiving certain outcomes in your life. Now, there is nothing wrong with expecting good things to happen to you, and there is nothing wrong with having a positive intention or positive expectation from the universe. But a lot of the times when our ego gets in the mix, it could result in us getting overly identified and overly involved in certain situations that will only drain our energy. And a lot of these situations are not even in our control. So you may have gone through certain conflicts or certain situations where you had to make hard decisions, and it kind of felt so confusing, it kind of felt so draining, it kind of felt so uncomfortable for you. And if you were someone who was not able to zoom out of those situations, or it could be that you're going through this right now, if you're not able to zoom out of these situations, then please remember, and this is kind of coming as this very strong reminder to you, that you are not governed, you're not defined by your manifestations in the physical form, by your achievements, by how other people respond to you, by what kind of successful things you attract or you don't attract, what kind of materialistic things you have. Now, it's not about denying any of the materialistic things, it's not about denying money, it's not about denying anything that's of the physical manifestation, but it's about realizing that right now, specifically for you guys, the spirit is really saying that you would save yourself so much energy, so much joy, and you would realign yourself back to your center if you zoom out and you start looking at the bigger picture, instead of taking little things personally, instead of taking little challenges or little problems personally. Now you have to realize that when you are changing certain areas of your life, it could be a career, it could be a way of being, a way of living, and you are in that in-between zone, your ego mind wants to kick in again and again. It wants to attach to those outside manifestations, to those outside evidences that may come to you or that you expect to come to you, and it will attach your self-worth, your sense of peace, or your sense of worthiness to those things. And if you just keep waiting for those things, or if certain things happen that you not the way that you expected, and if your ego was in the mix, then it could really make you feel very shitty, it could make you feel horrible, it could destroy your entire day, it could make you misalign from your self-loving practices. You may not want to eat, you may not want to do all those things, you may not want to go about your day. So zoom out of those things completely and stop taking things personally. The best way to stop taking things personally is to realize that you cannot control every single aspect of the universe. You cannot control every single person. You cannot control, in fact, anyone. People will respond the way that they want to respond. Their projections represent their insecurities, their traumas, their perspectives. And you have to let go of this burden of carrying these responsibilities of other people's problems and their perspectives on your shoulder. You have to zoom all the way out, and you have to come back to the 0 point field. Now I will explain this a little bit quicker to you. What you can do is that in meditation you can sit down and you can start observing your body from the third person perspective. Then you can start observing your room. Then you can start observing your entire building or your apartment, wherever you are in, or your house. By and by, keep zooming out, and this will take practice, you guys. It's not a one-day process, it will take practice. And then you zoom out completely and you find yourself, or you center yourself as being in the complete empty beautiful space in the universe, in the cosmos, where you are pure source energy, you are pure consciousness, and you experience that for about 10 to 15 minutes, even for 5 minutes, and then you can zoom in and by come back to your physical reality in the present moment. And this remembrance you carry in your daily life. Whenever something happens and you become aware that your ego is trying to attach yourself to it, you remember this awareness that you practiced in this meditation. Now, this card that says loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Again, I am seeing very much the energy of you being so much stressed, being so much not being able to control things, and just having so much confusion and giving your power away to the external reality, that you start to indulge in behaviors or practices that kind of fill that void for you, but it's not going to fill that void. It's not going to fill that void. So if you zoom out, you will be able to see that those practices are just self-sabotage, and you really don't have to do them. If you become aware, you will be able to break yourself out of those patterns that your ego is trying to fill up whatever its needs are, of love, of inspiration, whatever it is. If you look from the higher perspective, you will be able to see that your happiness, your peace, your love, your joy is not dependent on those things, and you don't have to punish yourself. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. You don't have to try to destroy yourself if you are in this phase where you don't have everything figured out. It's okay. It's okay to experience this. It's okay to experience this. In fact, every time we are on the verge of a massive breakthrough, we experience the crumbling of the old reality, and it energetically feels like a death. So review your life and see how you are experiencing letting go of the old energy, and how you can surrender more, how you can let go of that ego mind, or those thoughts that try to sway you, that try to distract you, that try to tell you what to do. How can you let go of those things more, and you can just be present in trust with source energy, in trust with God, in trust with the higher universe. Because you are not alone. You may think physically that you are alone, but the higher universe is working in concert with bringing you in alignment with those things that will be no match to what you experienced in the past. It's a completely different reality. It's a completely different timeline. It's a completely different frequency. So receive it, be open to it, and stop standing in your own way. This third message that says star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. This message is really, again, is bringing me the energy that you are not alone. A lot of the times in the physical reality, we think that we are alone, but we are backed by so much support. We are backed by so much inspiration. We are backed by our spirit guides or our angels trying to put two and two together for us, and to curate a beautiful future for us, or for us to land on that beautiful timeline, which is just existing quantumly, which is already existing quantumly in this now moment. So it's really giving me the energy that you guys are not alone. In the physical reality, you may have gone through experiences where you felt like you were alone, but I feel like you have so many spirit guides and so many different variety of angels that help you with multiple things in your life. They help you with multiple things. You could also be someone who is multi-talented. You are multi-talented, and you are good at multiple things. And I don't know if you experience certain kind of trauma in your past, but because of those traumas or whatever you went through, maybe you started being so hard on yourself that you tried to do everything possible that you could do. And there is nothing wrong with it, because it's like, it's a positive trait in you, but it can also become a shadow if it's a coping mechanism to try to overprove yourself, to try to overcompensate for not feeling enough. It's in just existing, in just being, in just doing what you love. Like, if you guys, every time you're relaxed, you're happy, you're blissful, you're joyful, every time you feel that way and you start receiving thoughts, or you start feeling like, I should do something of a heavy value, I should not be so relaxed, I should do something that really stresses me out, a lot of the times you may not be even thinking this consciously. So all these are subconscious or unconscious beliefs, and you try to get out of that situation to achieve or to pump out something. That's a sign that you need to start seeing yourself in divine in the present moment. Because what I am seeing moving forward in your journey is Spirit really wants you to manifest things in a very effortless and beautiful manner. It sees how talented you are, it sees how full of potential you are, but it doesn't want you to be hard on yourself. It wants you to know that you are the type of leader that if you just move a finger, and you just put your energy into certain things for a little while, you create miracles from thin air. You manifest from thin air. So let's bring out another message, and this message is going to tell us what is your blind spot relating to manifestation currently, and it's going to tell us what could be blocking you and how you can let go of these blocks. So we have this sigil, it's the number 17. I'm going to see its message from the booklet, and I'm going to also connect it to the reading that we are having right now and with the other messages that we received. So the message that this particular sigil, it says wavering. Now I already know the meaning of this sigil, so I'm going to interpret it in my own way. Your blind spot, for those of you who chose this pile, I really feel that your blind spot is that you try to overly doubt or overly analyze your decisions. You overly analyze things, and that happens when you are being hard on yourself, when you feel that you are not taking the right decisions. This could also come from you experiencing enmeshment trauma or gaslighting in your childhood. Anyhow, I'm gonna move forward. So wavering, this message holds the concept that you guys may have been feeling that should I just go back to the old reality because I'm not feeling safe in the new right now? Should I take this decision or should I take that decision? Is it right that I'm doing that way? Is it right that I'm doing this way? So it's like a constant battle, constant inner conflict, constant inner tug of war that you guys are experiencing, and Spirit is really coming with a message for you that you need to loosen your grip. You need to let go of thinking that a particular decision that you make is going to be right or wrong. It's going to be right or wrong. And another message that's coming through is that when you have to see which decision is more aligned for you, tune into your heart. And the first decision, as I'm seeing, is related to your old reality. If it feels heavy when you are experiencing that, you can put yourself in those shoes and just continuing with that reality. If it feels heavy, it feels like something is fishy, then that is your call. That is your sign. Now, another thing is that for the second choice, if you are experiencing expansiveness, you're feeling something new, you are feeling a relief within yourself, but there's also a little bit of fear that's coming because of the unknown, because of the uncertainty it holds. That's the message for you, that it's not that great things are not ahead of you, it's just that your ego might be stopping you from trying new things. Because remember that whenever you're trying new things, that's how you expand. And I just saw 22 and 44 on the timer. So this could be your confirmation that please trust your guides, please trust your angels. When you feel something is fishy, when you feel something is not working, why put so much pressure on yourself to try to drag yourself through it? Why try to go and step out of your alignment to chase or manifest things? It could be anything. Why? If you were embodying your higher self right now, you would just do whatever feels in alignment. You would not care how many things you manifest or not. And things will automatically get attracted towards you, because now you are being the magnet. So the message for you guys, to sum up a little bit more for you, you guys are really being called to trust and surrender right now. Trust and surrender right now. I'm also seeing a lot of you guys being at a crossroads, and the message again that's coming from a higher self is that you don't have to choose anyone. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to figure out what's going to be the outcome of one particular decision, or what's going to be the outcome of another, because you cannot know, because it's in the unknown. If obviously it's between the old and the new, then you know. Old you have practiced so many times that you already know where it's gonna lead you. So this is your confirmation. And again, please take as much time as you need, but really the spirit is bringing out the message that if you surrender and you step into the unknown by being receptive and just releasing the old reality, it may be uncomfortable for a while, but you're not going to be alone in this. Maybe you meet someone, maybe you are being encouraged to be more receptive towards the support that was already around you, that's already around you. And by doing that, you realize how much healing it is, how much self-loving it is to allow yourself to be supported, to allow yourself to be guided. So that's all for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope that you guys have fun on your journey. I hope that you guys stay blessed wherever you are. And I'm going to end this reading for you guys for this pile right now. Hello pile number 2. So if you guys were drawn to the golden pyrite, the second stone, then this is going to be the reading for you when it comes to manifestation and what other messages your higher self has in store for you. So these two tea leaf cards are going to show us what major themes you may be experiencing or feeling related to manifestation right now. Let's see. Wow. I'm going to show both of them to you together. First one says fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And the second one says younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Now I'm going to channel the multiple messages that are coming forward for those of you who chose this pile. The first message that I'm receiving is that I'm seeing kind of a vision of someone being in a relationship. I don't think it's a very long relationship, meaning that maybe this relationship, maybe it is in its initial stage, maybe it's just a few months or a few weeks. It could be a longer time, but the shorter time period is coming through really strongly. So I'm receiving the message of someone being in a kind of relationship or having a very strong crush or being in a close relationship with someone, and it's just that the relationship kind of keeps on swinging from one side to another. It doesn't feel stable, it doesn't feel peaceful, it doesn't feel neutral. It's always like, it's like you break up one time and you make up the another second. It's just like the 1 second you are very irritated at the other person, and the second time you are feeling all the love in the world for them. And the message that's coming through very strongly is that there is nothing wrong with detaching for a little while and holding some boundaries and going within yourself and asking yourself what patterns or beliefs that you are holding within yourself are keeping you in that relationship if it doesn't feel peaceful. A lot of the times what we feel is a lot of love or a lot of hate. It comes from our traumas or our coping mechanisms or our trauma bonds. Meaning that if you didn't have someone in your life as a child that you could look up to, an elder who you could trust, you could feel supported by, then you may in your adult life come in a relationship with someone and you try to gather support from them, or either you be that elderly figure for them in a relationship. So that could also turn toxic where you are trying to control the other person. Yes, so this is the first message that's coming through. And the second message that's coming through is that, so if you guys, the second message that's coming through, that's also coming through very, very strongly, that if this is not the case for you when it comes to a relationship or a romantic partnership or romantic relationship, then it could be that the spirit is trying to tell you that it's time to hold strong boundaries around you and walk in your own lane. And it's not about suffocating yourself with those boundaries, but in general, holding strong boundaries and giving yourself the time and space to breathe, to feel protective, to feel neutral, to feel like yourself and not lose yourself in the external situations or in the external people. And then when you are ready to shine or you want to come out of your cave, hold your ground, stand your ground, hold your space, and interact with the outside world or the people outside of you from that sovereign space. Not completely just giving yourself all of yourself and just, not having any authenticity or discernment or boundaries or skepticism. It's about that. If you guys are inquiring about a particular situation when it comes to a career or a job that you are in, I'm receiving that this could be you showing up as your sovereign self. Maybe you have a relationship with someone, like a platonic relationship or a connection with someone, or just someone that you have to interact with in that career that you are following, and it just feels like you have to be there, and it keeps showing its dark and positive sides both. So there could be dark side to this situation, that maybe you're not appreciated enough, or there's a lot of taunting, there's a lot of toxic behavior, or it could be that you guys are not, it could be that you are getting a high pay, you're getting a high raise, or it could be that you're being appreciated, but there's some kind of manipulation there. So it could be both ways. You guys get the point. Whatever it is, I'm receiving a message for you guys that it's time to develop psychic boundaries. It's time to develop mental, physical, and emotional boundaries. Now, how does this relate to you manifesting some things? How does relate to the topic of manifestation? The reason that this relates and the message that the spirit has for you is that when you are in your own lane, when you are sovereign, when you cut the cords, when you let go of the strings that you have attached yourself to, that you have commingled yourself with multiple people and multiple situations, throughout the day your energy gets drained through those things. You may not be consciously aware of it, but there are so many things, so many people, so many external situations that you have entangled yourself in, and if you absorb them, they could drain your energy completely, and you may lose all the energy, the passion, the magnetism to attract what you truly want. When you are in your space, when you are in your aligned frequency, when you are sovereign, you feel like yourself, you make clear choices, you are acting as the magnet attracting miracles. But when the energy or the frequency of external situations or people commingles with yours, and you are not able to think clearly, you're all over the place, it's very hard for you to manifest. I'm not giving a set in stone statement here, but the reason that it may be hard to manifest is because you're not in your true frequency, you're not embodying your higher self at that time. What do you think your higher self would do in this particular situation? And the image or the vision that's coming to you, your ego may be stopping you from doing that, because that's the ego, it's attached to the old familiar way of living. So if your higher self says, I would just take care of my body and then get back to feeding my energy into whatever work I'm doing, or whatever purpose I'm fulfilling, or whatever people I really resonate with. It could be that you completely want to stay alone for some time, you want to stay in solitude, and that's fine too. Whatever is coming to you, practice that. And if you experience resistance try working with that resistance and what kind of beliefs are related to that resistance. So one of the examples could be, if you have a resistance towards holding clear boundaries and saying no, then this could be in relation to a pattern or belief that you may be holding, that if I say no, then people will not react nicely to me, or that I have an image to maintain and I will be faced with conflict, or I will be faced with them not approving of me, or them being disappointed of me. So you have to ask yourself, why does that bother you? Why does that bother you? If you're doing things that are for your highest alignment, your highest good, then what patterns have led you into doing things or getting entangled with energies that are not your highest alignment? And work on breaking those beliefs by healing yourself, by gracefully becoming more conscious and aware in your daily life. So now I'm going to bring the messages, any messages that the Spirit has for you when it comes to manifestation. The first one says Hereth. The second one says we are the Hathors. The third one says child of the cosmos. Now this H letter is coming again and again, so I don't know if that's something related to you or that is something of a significance to you, but it's coming again and again, like it came 2 times. It could also be about home, wanting to experience home frequency, or just wanting to stay at home for some time, because this first message, it says longing for home, homesick for the stars. And the second one says deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So I am receiving for some of you guys that just being in your own space and relaxing, chilling out, and allowing yourself to feel loved in your own space, even if you are alone, the most self-loving act would be to decorate your space, or to clean your space, or to take care of yourself, make yourself feel more at home wherever you live or wherever you are, more and more home, so that your inner child can feel safe. It can feel safe, you can feel grounded. I'm also receiving that a lot of you guys may not have felt grounded. You may have felt like too much in your head, like I'm also seeing someone having a headache, too much of energy, and it's kind of energy that doesn't let you sleep. You're not able to sleep peacefully, or you're just having a lot of things going on in your life all the time. So the message for you guys is that to clear out the space for more things, for aligned things to manifest in your life, you guys need to give priority to the me time. You guys need to be easy on yourself. You need to be more and more easy on yourself. If it's a relationship that's giving you a hard time, you don't have to be in that. These obligations come from the beliefs that you hold, and you can break these beliefs anytime that you want. You're not at the mercy of anyone or anything. You're not at the mercy of anyone or anything. So ask yourself, how can you mother yourself? How can you treat yourself the way that you want others to treat you, the way that you want universe to treat you? And when you start embodying that energy, you guys are going to manifest so many things, especially those that you didn't even expect. Because it's like when we are caught up in a pattern, say that you haven't been so self-loving on yourself, and not being self-loving could also be not distancing away or cutting cords or stepping back from a relationship that doesn't feel peaceful to you, that doesn't feel harmonious to you. Yes, so I am seeing that now this card, it says child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. I'm really seeing that a lot of you guys may have been a little bit of out of tune with your intuition, or if you are in tune with your intuition, then you really need to look at the red flags. You need to look at the red flags more closely, and you need to awaken this infinite remembrance of your highest potential within yourself. So definitely being in your own space is a huge thing for this pile. And this message that's coming through, I want to show you this card. Like this lady or this angel, she is harboring the light from within, she's becoming aware of it, and as a result of that, everything around her becomes a reflection of that beautiful and infinite energy. So I am seeing that when you become aware of the light within you, you're going to experience light outside of you. It could also come in the form of people that you feel safe with, that you feel supported with. Yes. So let's bring out another message. Now this message is going to depict your blind spot regarding to manifesting what you want, or in general this is going to show us any blocks and how you can clear them. So blind spots are usually what's unconscious within you, what you are not aware of. So don't be surprised if by sharing this message, at first of all, it seems like it's not you. Your ego may want to deny it, but upon taking a closer look, you may realize how you have been playing out these patterns. So it's the 73 number sigil. I'm going to see the message that it has. Now the 73 number sigil is named Shapeshifter. I will read a few lines of the beginning for you. It says, if you have drawn this sigil, you want the truth of yourself and potentially the truth of the situation at hand to exist in your own blind spot and or other people's blind spots permanently. You do not want the truth to be seen by you or them. You could consider this sigil to be the master of blind spots, because even if you are consulting this deck, the truth is you want to maintain blind spots in yourself or others. So I will not lie to you guys. I set an intention that the spirit asked me when I was laying out these readings, that do you want hard truths to be revealed for people in these readings? And I was like, hell yes, why not? But I will communicate those truths in a graceful manner. So as I've already read out the lines for you, the message that's coming through for you is, guys, that just as I said before, you may have been ignoring a lot of red flags in your life. You may have been wanting to not look at the bad things or the things that were not working or the things that are really not serving you, the things that you need to remove yourself from. You may be trying to change. You may be trying to refocus your energy away from what you really need to look at in your reality. What you really need to look at in your reality. And when this happens, you are not completely grounded in the present moment, which means that you don't see the truth of the reality at hand. If you don't see the truth of it, you won't be able to become aware of the patterns, of the things that are causing those situations to repeat, to perpetuate. And if you don't become aware of those patterns, then you will not be gathering the courage or the awareness to change them. So these things will keep perpetuating in your life and will attract timelines, people, situation, manifestations that are directly linked to you being ignorant, to you wanting to remain ignorant. So ask yourself, how in these particular situations or in this particular situation or relationship are you trying to convince yourself that the truth is something else? Are you trying to not look at the obvious? Are you trying to deny the obvious? It may be a bitter pill to swallow, but the spirit is bringing a message for you that if you gently and lovingly embrace those truths and the bitterness or the uncomfortable emotions and realizations that come with it, you will be releasing so much that you have been holding your entire life. You will be freeing yourself. That's what I'm receiving for you guys. It's like when you are seeing the reality from a filtered lens, a yellow glass, and the entire reality will be perceived yellow by you. So by allowing yourself to take off those glass and see the crystal clear beauty and the truth of the reality, you are actually doing yourself a service. You're doing yourself a service. So ask yourself, what am I so afraid of looking at the reality of this situation at hand? And why am I trying to run away from it? Why am I trying to run away from it? And when you ground yourself in the reality, in what you are experiencing, it may be uncomfortable for some time, but you will be able to break yourself out of that pattern, out of that situation. And as a result, you are going to manifest new things. Specifically for this pile, I'm really receiving like this card. It says the intelligence of universe lies within you. It really kind of shows me that certain aspects or certain awareness, certain things of awareness hidden within you, and then you have a light bulb moment, and then that light bulb moment kind of changes your life. It kind of changes your life, and you're like, that's it, I'm done with this old reality, I'm done with this old job, or I'm done with this new relationship. Because your courage and your awareness or your intention to look things in the face, to see things as they are, and to deal with it, and to have a face off with them directly, is going to help you look at the face of the shadows in your life or your experiences or within yourself directly. When you look at the shadows, you turn on the light, you're able to light your entire life, you're able to light your inner reality. So the things that you attract are not going to replicate or be a representative of what you have attracted in the past. They're going to be new, they're going to be unusually beautiful, they're going to be so expansive. You're going to feel like you're going through a process of rebirth. So that's all the messages that I have for you guys. I hope that you guys stay blessed, and thank you so much for tuning into this reading. Just take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. I hope that you guys have fun on your journey wherever you are in this now moment, and have fun and stay blessed. Bye bye. Hello pile number 3. So if you guys were drawn to the yellow aventurine or the peach aventurine, then this is going to be the message for you when it comes to manifestation. We are going to begin by seeing what major themes are playing out in your reality, what you may be feeling, certain areas that are the main themes of your life when it comes to manifestation and the topic of manifestation. So let's take a look. The first one says cobweb. The second one says knot. Third one says casket. And the fourth one, we actually had a card for the months of the year come out, and I just couldn't resist putting it back. So we are going to see if this resonates with any of you guys. Wow, and it says April. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to channel the message first of all for first of these 3 tea leaf cards, because they kind of have a very continued and very connected message. The first one says protected from negative forces beyond your control. The second one says unsuccessful plans. The third one says someone going out of your life or end of a situation. I'm really receiving for a lot of you guys, you may have experienced some kind of rejection in your life. You may have experienced something being released from your life. Maybe you yourself felt like it was no longer in alignment, and how the situations unfolded suggested that you will have to let go of that particular person or that particular situation, and it really made you feel like whether you are worthy or unworthy. It made you question a lot of things, and it really felt not so good to you. It felt a little bit uncomfortable for you. You may have also tried to cheer yourself up with a lot of positive things, but at the back of your mind or at the back of your being, you sometimes feel this sadness in some kind of way, or maybe you are feeling this sadness in some kind of way, even if you trust that everything will work out in a good way for you. This is also bringing the message for you that whatever is leaving your life right now, you need to just let go of it. And it could be hard, it could be very very hard, because I'm seeing like this knot. There's this knot here, multiple knots in this card. So this could be suggesting something that you really thought you could hold on to, but how the universe unfolded things for you, or how the situation unfolded, now you're realizing that you cannot hold on to it, or maybe this thing doesn't really have a future or have a strong foundation. Now the spirit is really saying that it's okay for you to feel like, this is me saying actually, that it's okay if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling uncomfortable. But now I'm bringing the spirit message from the spirit. It's saying that you are protected. The phrase that's coming through is that rejections are redirections. Rejections or redirections. So if you would have continued your path, or if the universe would have allowed this person, this situation, or this particular thing to have continued in your life, then that may not have been your highest timeline. That may not have been the highest choice or the highest manifestation for you. The universe has so much in store for you. You are such, like, I'm going to bring some messages from your guides, and even like channeling the energy of this crystal. The message that was coming through is that you guys are so like beautiful of heart. You guys are so pure. You guys have so many beautiful talents, and in general you are beautiful. Like, that's the message that's coming through. You are beautiful, not just by your looks, or not by your looks, but by multiple things, by your existence, by how you are, by how you present your heart, by how you communicate with others, in multiple things. You guys are beautiful. You guys are worthy. You guys are deserving. Sometimes you guys may question that, but this flower appearing in most of these cards is trying to tell me that there is beauty and there is a gift hidden in every single situation, and you are one of a kind. Like, all these three cards have different flowers on them, and none of them have the same color or the same type. They're all different. That's kind of telling me and showing me that the spirit is trying to tell you that you are one of a kind. You are unmatchable. You cannot be matched. You cannot be replaced. You are so unique, and you are so beautiful in your uniqueness. So first of all, you need to acknowledge this. You need to realize that the universe is not punishing you. It's actually saving you. You may not be able to realize this right now, but when in the future better things come along your way, whenever in the future better things come along your way, you will be able to look back and thank the universe for it. And if you are not able to do that right now completely, like for some of you, I see that you guys are very humble. Some of you guys are very humble, so you guys may be able to do that even if you cannot see it right, and that's okay. If you're not able to do it, that's also okay. But please keep this in mind. Keep this message in mind, that the universe is not punishing you. It's actually trying to line you up with something more beautiful, some desire that you may have held within yourself, and you kind of brush it off in some way, or it's like hiding somewhere deep down within your soul. The spirit has heard your calling, and it's going to bring that to you. I don't know exactly what that's going to be, but I feel like it's really going to surprise you. I feel like it's really going to bring so much joy and so much excitement and so much beauty into your life, and you're going to thank the universe for it. Now, this April message can be related out in different meanings. It could represent something that started in your life in the month of April, maybe this year, and now you are kind of coming full circle with it and you are being called to let it go. Or this could also mean the April month of the next year, although I'm not a very much of believer, or I don't practice very much bringing about particular time frames in my reading, because I feel like every moment is changing upon the choices that we are making and things are not set in stone. But this card was really wanting to come out. So it could be something that you attract or you experience in the next year in the month of April. And one thing that came really strongly when I looked at this, and it may seem silly, it may seem like maybe it's not for a lot of you guys, but I have to share it. So someone named April, someone who has the name April, or it could be your name, it could be someone that you are connected to or you may meet, or it could be someone significant. It could also be how you feel when I say the word April, how you feel about this energy. And I'm also seeing another message, and that could be that in the month of April the flowers, they kind of bloom again. I think it's the spring season starts in the month of April, and things are again so beautiful, and there are birds chirping, and the sun is clear, the sky is clear, so many beautiful things are happening, new growth, new areas of your life unfolding. So this could represent, like right next to this card that very much is giving me the energy of a grave, some energy in your life dying, and this card next to it, the spring, kind of bringing the energy of new, the rebirth. It's kind of showing me that the spirit is saying that if this death of the old reality has happened in some kind of way, if you had to let certain things go in your life, then they are going to be replaced by even more beautiful things for you, even more beautiful and joyous things for you. So now I want to bring the messages, any messages that the spirit has for you, and I have 3 oracle cards in front of me. Let's take a look. The first one says jump in. The second one says inner earth. The third one says baby steps. Okay, so first of all, I will channel the message for this card. It says jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So I am very much receiving the message for you guys that don't hold back. Allow your joy to take over your entire life. If you are being called to let go of some things, or certain things are going on in your life, do not allow those things to hold you back, or to try to put you in a box, or suffocate you, or bleed the grief into your life. Don't allow that. Don't allow it to take the colors off of your life, because it's happening for your own good. Like, I'm not trying to bypass you guys or the uncomfortable emotions or the sadness that you may be feeling, but the spirit is really saying that experiment with new things, try new things. And with this card saying action, follow your intuition before it makes sense, I'm really seeing the energy of someone who is very much optimistic, like things do not even make sense, but they are making the best out of it, the most out of it. So right now, that's the energy that the spirit is wanting you to embody. Do not try to analyze things or try to get some outcome out of things, or how things will manifest from your ego. Let all of that go and focus more on how you are enjoying and experiencing and stepping more into an expansive state of existence, that makes your chest feel so much lighter and open and wide and expansive, that creates so much joy and excitement within you. Now this card, it says inner earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Wow, such a beautiful and reassuring message. The spirit is really saying that whatever you guys are going through, it could be a difficult time, it could be something that has kind of taken a toll, and you again and again have to bring yourself into that positive state. That thing could have brought a toll on your mind, but the spirit is saying that you'll survive this. Like, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Whatever it is, it too shall pass. And I think that's the reason why you are being encouraged to not stop enjoying life, to not stop doing things that bring you joy, to not stop doing things that really make you feel happy and laugh and smile and be playful. And I think maybe that's the reason that this change or this thing or the situation has kind of unfolded in the way that it has, because maybe the spirit wanted you to align more with your joyous spirit and attract things from that energy. Or the spirit is trying to say that you have done so much and you are already so much, and we have so much in store for you, that now you can take a chill pill time. We are going to remove the things from your life that have kind of expired, that we don't see as your highest timeline, and in the meantime you keep exploring new things, and we will line you up with that magical reality that you want. So be present, you guys. Be very, very present in your life, and see in your life how you are not giving yourself the permission slip, or how can you give yourself the permission slip to say yes to particular adventures or unknown, uncertain circumstances that appear as invitations for you. Say yes. Say yes. Connect with your intuition, and if it feels expensive, say yes. Do not allow your fear of those old things not working out, or the death of the old energies, to try to make you fear the unknown, to try to make you think that it didn't work, something ended, and the next thing is also not gonna work. No, the spirit really wants you to have an optimistic approach here, but not in a way that you are trying to bypass or reject your emotions. It's okay to feel that way, but remember that it's your human self that is afraid. Your human self feels that way, and we are not rejecting the human. We are lovingly and gracefully asking the human to hold the hands of the higher self and allow the higher self to take it on a magical ride. So now I will bring the message towards what is your blind spot regarding to this. The sigil 49 has appeared. I will see what is the main theme for this message, and then I will unfold what intuitive guidance is coming through. Now, this blind spot message is usually telling you what is in your unconscious, what you're not aware of about yourself. So when we look at a blind spot message, we are able to see what we were unconscious of it before. So the message for this sigil, the main name for the sigil is called the bias. I'm going to read a few lines for you. If you have drawn this sigil, you are biased. Being biased is currently causing you to deviate from conscious awareness as well as rational judgment. A bias is a tendency, inclination, or prejudice towards and or against something or someone. So it also says that if you have drawn this sigil, your bias in this situation is leading you deeper into unconsciousness rather than consciousness. It is leading you towards perpetual distortion, illogical interpretation, and inaccurate judgment, and potentially even into a scenario where you are pushing away someone or something. Even simply someone's perspective is or will cause great suffering. Open your mind enough to consider that these things may have put you in a position to think something is good and right and true, and that in fact not good, right, and not true. To the opposite, consider that these things may have put you in a situation to think something is bad and wrong and false, that is in fact not bad and wrong and false. This sigil is not asking you to be neutral. It is simply asking you to consider that all things in this universe are a part of you. You cannot turn so aggressively against one part of yourself in favor of another part of yourself without doing yourself damage. Wow, quite straightforward. So you guys, the message that's coming really strongly for you guys is that you guys may have thought in your mind that certain things are good and attached a particular meaning to it. So for example, you had a person in your life and you attached yourself to that situation, that this is the right thing to do and this is how it's gonna work. And if that doesn't work, or the universe is trying to step you into different things, then you may start to feel resistance towards that thing because you're trying to judge that thing. Or you may even be judging this situation right now where you are being called to let go of the old reality. All the old things are being pushed out of your life. They are kind of not pushed, but it's like when you are plucking weeds off the garden. So whatever is not going to serve you moving forward, that's kind of being taken out of your life or being called to let go of. And you may be judging the situation, you may be judging yourself that, well, this is it, this ending means that I'm not worthy, this ending means that I should not move forward, this ending means that I'm going all the wrong way. But that's not true. That's not true. So your greatest blind spot is when you judge things based on right or wrong or good or bad. You try to put things in a box in certain kinds of way. So question yourself and commit to being more self-aware in your daily life of when an opportunity presents itself and you say no or yes or based upon whether it's right or wrong in your mind. What if the situation is completely different? What if it has multiple perspectives that you're not even aware of? So this, to sum up this message, along with the rest of your reading, kinds of tells me the energy that the universe really wants you to open up to new possibilities, new perspectives, and new ways of doing things. Your logical mind is all about judgment. It judges things in the way of right or wrong or beneficial, non-beneficial, profitable, non-profitable, whatever it is. But when you connect with your heart, you give yourself the permission slip to see what lies beyond your subjective perspective, what lies beyond what you see or you have believed in your mind. So open yourself and please know that new solutions, new beginnings are coming forth in your life. Whatever you are going through, this too shall pass. And if to be honest with you, whatever you are going through has more positive in it than it has the negative. More positive in it, as I am channeling the message, I'm feeling it. So that's all the message that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope that you guys have fun on your journey. Wherever you are in this now moment, you are taking good care of yourself and you stay well, you stay playful, you stay joyful. So I hope that you guys stay blessed, and I'm going to end this reading now. Bye.